What's up, guys? We've got some more career mode goodness action here on the direcharlton channel. We've got some pumpy action. By the way, there will be a new career mode coming soon, guys. I'm working on it. I'm just editing it and it's just taking a while. So we've got a game here against Northampton Town at Sixfield. I think Coventry City also play at Northampton. I know football, these ideas. Football is now about business rather than about, a win. But we're playing against Northampton Town. They're a pretty decent team, and in real life, I think they really are struggling. And we just, defensive-wise, hopefully we can do well. But we've got a great chance here, passing the ball. This is one thing I like about Portsmouth. We pass the ball so well, and we were all over the cosh, and we'll work so hard at pushing them forward, and But it starts 0-0 half time. It's such a boring half, I was trying to break them down, pass the move, and it didn't work. It didn't work indeed. It was really hard to really get a goal. But as you see here, we're starting passing the ball around. I think we're such a nice team passing the ball around. And as you see here, we score our goal. Tommy Gallagher, he's actually a youth academy product. We got another one, Sean Aston, as well. You might see him very soon. But what a goal there by Gallagher. He's my left back he is, and he's so adventurous. He reminds me of like a Gareth Bale, like he weaves in and out and all that lot. And I think he's potential of 86 or something. So hopefully we can try and get him very high. But as you see, Chris Hackett, number 11, who scored, and I was so just so annoyed with that because I was like, they did not deserve it. Because being all over, and typical FIFA, we lose this game. Great cross in the box. And, they hit the post and they cross it in again. And then Nichols, great finish by Nichols, I have to say. But I was like, you cannot be serious. They hit the post. The guy just whips in, crosses the ball over, and he scores. And I was so gutted. And there's not much time left on the clock. So I'm thinking, I've got to pass the ball around. Because this is what I'm good at. Passing the ball around. I thought this Pompey side is a really decent team. Gallagher, who has a shot, hits the player's arm. I was like, oh, jeez, because Manger and Fat went in. But we lose that game 2-1 to Northampton. Then we got a game against Bristol Rovers. Ngala, he scores his first goal. And, set pieces are awesome. And Bristol Rovers, we're playing at home at Fratton Park. And, I was like, oh, yes, we're finally at home. And, 1-0, a set piece in this game, FIFA 14 is broken with set pieces. I've probably scored about 4 or 5 goals. Oh, pardon me. I've probably scored 4 or 5 goals from set pieces. If you are burping a lot because I had a McDonald's. Okay, deal with it. Use your money. But we're winning this game 1-0, and I'm thinking I got to make some changes because I want this second goal. I want to win this game, and no disrespect to Bristol Rovers, they're a good team, but I was like, oh really? And you see here, Gallagher, he takes the ball. And who I put Gallagher on this game because he is so good at this. And look at this, great ball in the box. Bartram, he turns and he puts it into Gallagher. Great shot, good save, and then he's on the floor and he just taps it in, and a great goal to make it 2-0. And Gallagher's second goal in 2 games for a left back. That is awesome, and he is going to be a great youth academy product for us. And we win 2-0. And I was like, yes, another 3 points. That last game when we lost against Northampton was a bit of a downer because, we wanted to get 3 points. It's away from home. But home games, I feel more important. And Angie Bartram got his man of the match. Now we've got a JPT game. First round against Brentford. Brentford are League One and they are a much more better team. I'm going to play my second team mainly because, I've got more important things to do. But I would like to win the JPT. Number 1 for money. And number 2 for a trophy. Trophy would be awesome. I think this is a trophy that we could win, but there's so many better teams in League One. You've got Wolves, you've got Sheffield United, even though Sheffield United are playing terrible at the moment. Peterborough, they're a good team. You've got 3 good teams in League One. If they can play each other, that's good. But we've got a hard game against Brentford. I'm going to play like Harris and Marquis. I'm going to play some Youth Academy products just to change it around because, I want players to have a game, and, I don't want players that come on my doorstep and say, oh, Sam, I'm not playing this well, can you tell me a transfer window? Because that's happened before in fellow FIFAs. You buy a player and a month later they're like, oh, you don't give me like the game time I deserve. Like they play every game and they're like, oh, I don't think this, that and the other. But I really want to win the JPT, but I'm fielding a weaker team, mainly because, this is hard. You've got the JPT Capital One Cup, the FA Cup, the league itself, and, it's going to be hard. You've got 4 competitions to deal with. and you know it's going to be hard stretching my squad to its limits. That's one thing about this Portsmouth side. I'm going to have loads of players who can cover each other. So I've got like 4 or 5 centre backs that can cover each other. So that is a pretty decent thing. And also the youth academy system is also a good thing to bring in youngsters each year. You know, if I find players that are not going to perform or I'm not going to play them as much, I'm probably going to sell them or loan them out. It depends if they're quite young. For example, Gallagher. I've signed a new player called Morris and Ashton's like a midfielder. He's like 61 rated overall and he's 16, and we've got Morris who's like 50 rated. But they are really good players, and you know, maybe if they don't play good, if you know are thinking, oh, I got better players to fill their boots in League One, you know, I might loan them out for a couple for a season or two. And you see here, Harris is another young player who I got at the club, and I got some strikers. I got Adjiman and Connolly and Marcus. Marcus is not mine; he's from Mills on loan, but I haven't got anyone really striking worthy for League One, because you've got to think about, I want to be in League One, but there's no one striking, you know, who's a good striker. You know, Adjiman's probably going to retire next year. Harris, he's not scoring goals, and Connolly's probably going to retire as well. So in this game, half-time, 0-0, so boring. But we score a goal here from Ashley Harris. Great goal. He doesn't get many much of game time, but you know he's going to get many game times when it comes to cup games. And also we've got Tom Craddock as well, another striker who. We've got so many strikers, but they don't score. Most of them are midfield scores, or we don't score many goals. We don't, like, you know, whoop a team like 4 or 5-0. You know, we rarely do that. But as you see here, Trotter gets the ball, and you know, defensive-wise, this is what good. We've got Ferry, you've got Painter. You've still got some good defenders who know how to play the ball, and we win the game 1-0. We're through to the JPT second round. Such a boring game. Nothing happened. I was crossing the ball, you know, playing one movement. You see there's some of the stats. It was so boring. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. There will be a new career mode coming out soon for the team I'm going to do, and there will be some more Portsmouth stuff. Thanks guys, bye.